I need to pee, so maybe I'll just throw another video on for you guys to look at. Gamers review Starfield here. I'm gonna throw this shit on, and I'm gonna live chair react it, XQC vibes, and I'm gonna go pee. So I hope you guys enjoy. While I just AFK for this whole video.
Busy. Talk to you later.
Every time I review a game, I get comments like, delete your channel, this game is perfection. I will not accept any criticism of this game or any different opinions different from my own. So I got a good idea. Face.
Taking my headphones off, fuck that.
Oh, this thing. Oh, yeah. I'm listening, by the way.
Fucking boring!
Now, I'm thinking that this guy does not like Starfield.
Smelling the sandwich. How is he doing?
Put it away.
Starfield players agree that
I do
its
that
first
sometimes.
dozen hours are its weakest.
Humanity's future.
Starfield's getting played for $100 like 404. My thing with Starfield is I have no interest whatsoever in Starfield. What I do have an interest in is I guess I'll let the video finish and then we'll say.
So, ready to get out there?
No, no, no!
I feel like I'm literally getting lost.
You just glide along the...
There is swimming! 11 out of 10. Xbox is back in business.
There is no world where Starfield's an 11 out of 10. And
Phil, no. Now I have to put it back to a 5 out of 10.
there isn't really a great solution or win for us. I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true. We lost...
Okay. Here's my... I'm not interested in Starfield whatsoever. Sorry, my throat. I played Fallout 4, and I didn't like it at all. I don't like the Fallout series, it doesn't appeal to me. Not interested in Starfield at all. What I am interested in is Elder Scrolls 6. And what I am interested in is to see how much information we can take from Starfield and use that to get a bit of an idea of how Elder Scrolls 6 may look when it comes out. That's what I'm more interested in than Starfield. So I want to see, like, have they fixed a lot of the AI? I'm more into fantasy. A lot more, yes. I don't like... Not that I don't like it, but I don't care for space stuff. I don't care for, like, cyberpunk stuff. I like fantasy stuff. I like my elves. I like my wizards. I like my warlocks. I like my mages. I like mages. Really, that's what I like, is I like mages. I like magic. I enjoyed BioShock for the simple reason that you could kind of play like a mage character in BioShock, like with your like weird telekinesis abilities, you know? But I just like magic. I just like magic. You know? I didn't mind not BioShock. Sorry, not BioShock. Fuck me. Wrong game. Completely wrong game. I've never played BioShock. Sorry. I never played BioShock. I was thinking Mass Effect, sorry. I liked Mass Effect as an RPG because you could do weird bionic shit with like weird telekinesis powers, and that was pretty fun. But I don't like guns. I don't like shooting guns in games. I don't find that particularly satisfying. I don't like gunplay. I don't care for gunplay very much. I just want to cast spells and blow shit up. Do I have Warhammer 40k? No, not at all. And I had someone try to explain Warhammer 40k lore to me. To absolutely nobody's surprise, it was a trans woman. And she tried to explain all of Warhammer 40k lore to me. And I sat through, I want to say, like 7 or 8, like 2-hour-long videos with her. Listening to Warhammer 40k lore. That's how you know I was done bad. And and I just don't, I'm not here, I don't care for it, you know? Yeah, I just don't care for it that much. I much prefer fantasy stuff, you know? 7 or 8 2-hour yes. We even listened to an audiobook together. Um, look. Don't ask. Okay, just don't ask. I'm just saying. It was a canon event. It was she was I only knew her online. I only knew her from Discord. It was like one of the first trans girls I met when I came out. We got very close talking, but she was like
very nice bold.
She's like a massive trans med. And I was like freshly out as trans. And she was a crazy trans med, like absolutely ginormous. And obviously like, and she was like multiple years transitioned, like post bottom surgery, like, you know what I mean? Like she was way further along than me. And so I was like, I wanted to like, I just assumed that she knew more about everything trans related than I did. You know what I mean? So, but I didn't like her takes, honestly, on trans people. But I also, at the same time, like, yeah, seeking validation from a trans med, exactly. So I'd like defend her takes and stuff. I'd like to, you know, I'd try to like defend her takes and understand her opinions and stuff. But of course, now that I don't talk to her anymore, I feel obviously like, you know, a lot different. Trusting your elders, but they're actually cringe? Exactly, yeah. And just like so much hate, you know? Like just so much hatred for like the wrong kind of trans person. So much hatred for the wrong kind of trans person in her eyes, you know? And it's like, the reality is, like, and I think I saw a tweet today from ContraPoints, which is actually really funny. And actually really true. I wonder if I can pull it up even. I can't find it, fuck. Sorry. But it was something on the lines of like, it's very interesting that like the debate about like trans people that, the debate about trans people from trans meds like 10 years ago, like the funny thing was how out of touch everyone was, because everyone thought that the way to be a good trans person was the surgery and the hormones. And that the issues that people had with trans people were not surgery and hormones. And that if you just did those things, you would be accepted. But now what we see is that the issue that people have with trans people... Yeah, this one here. Thinking back on the 2010s trans medicalism debate, it's wild how everyone involved was dead wrong, because both sides assumed that medical transsexualism was the most respectable way to be trans, when in fact the medical aspect proved to be the most controversial. They hate us because of the trenders. No, they hate the hormones and the surgeries. You know? That take is not true, though. Both sides did not believe that. Trans meds believed it, and perhaps some who were against them believed it. Yeah, I don't think everyone, like, necessarily believed it. But, like, I do really think that, like, there was, like, a big sentiment of, like, some trans people being, like, oh, I don't know what the word is, assimilationists? Or whatever? There are a lot of trans people that were very, like, anti-assimilationist stuff, right? And the idea was But the idea was that assimilationist trans people were the was how you got accepted as a trans person, you know? I think I wasn't out as trans in the 2010s, so I could be wrong, but like I do think that it seems pretty true to me. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people were. I think a lot of people did have the assumption, like, in terms of in both sides of that debate, that there were like if you just did everything like to get, but the other side of the argument that I've seen a lot of as well is the idea that like, no, it really doesn't matter what you do. This is a take I see a lot from people who aren't assimilationists, which is the idea that like, it doesn't matter what you do, like people will still people don't need a reason. And no matter how much you try to placate them, they don't need a reason to hate you for being trans. They just will hate you for being trans. No matter what you do. It doesn't matter. You know? People have that opinion as well, I see sometimes, where it's like, you know, doesn't really matter if you, but which I to some degree agree with, or to some degree I agree with that take, where this is one of the main reasons I don't like the idea of like we need to cut off trans people that we deem as too cringe or too you know, like not trans enough, or not like, you know, bad representatives. We need to cut them off, because if we just cut off the bad trans people, they'll accept all the good trans people. But the reality is people won't accept the good trans people, you know? The only way that like you get acceptance, in my opinion, not the only way, but the real main way that you get acceptance is, and this is the whole point of the LGBT umbrella, right? Is you get a big enough group that everybody involved has a friend. Everybody involved has a friend that is trans or LGBT of some kind. That's like that's like the actual solution, in my opinion, but it's not a very like satisfying solution because it just takes so fucking long. But like when everybody, like when you have like a, you know, like, I'm trying to think, but like trying to think. It's just the fuck, help me. It's the thing of like, it's a lot harder, and don't get me wrong, people are absolutely homophobic when they have like a gay kid, obviously. But it's like harder to be like, it's harder, I think, to be homophobic when you have like a gay kid that you love. You know? I think it's harder to be like homophobic when you have like a gay, like, and nowadays everybody has a fucking gay cousin or sister or brother or nephew or niece or uncle or something. Like every family has a gay family member. Every family has a gay family member. Every single one. Everyone has a gay family. Everyone. You do. I do. My brother's gay. I'm also, I mean, you know, I'm also kind of gay, I guess. You know? You're the trans and gay family. Yeah. It's like, so it's like, it's harder to be, you know, it's harder to, especially because I remember, like, I think a lot about early transition me, right? When I first came out, I worked at like a fucking fast food place, and I'd heard the people, and it scared me as well. I'd heard the people at my like fucking fast food job being like transphobic, you know? They were making the attack helicopter jokes. They were being transphobic. A person got fired for being openly homophobic to like a gay coworker at my job when I was like, she like just straight up was like being like actually just homophobic to a gay worker, and she got fired over that or whatever. But still, like, not like a nice, you know what I mean, not like necessarily the most confidence instilling place to come out, right? But the thing was, everybody at my work loved me. Not like everybody, but like the vast majority of the people at work, they really loved me. Like really they did. And when I came out as trans, they didn't like stop loving me. So what ended up happening was I came out as trans, and a bunch of people that had never ever in their life known or encountered a single trans person and had only knew them from stories they read online met a trans person and were like, I actually like and I love this person, and I want them to be happy. So yeah, and unfortunately, like that is like the solution to a lot of these issues, is just have more people that care. It's just hard because, like, what do you do other than just like take a, you know what I mean? It just takes so long But that's the only way to like you're not gonna change minds by being in a similar. You know what I mean? No one is gonna get on board with all trans people because, or like, no one is gonna get on board with X amount of trans people and not the. Like, that's not gonna happen. You know? So just don't bother. Like, that's why I just don't like infighting. I don't like trans community infighting personally. It's like the one thing I don't like doing, and I don't do it very often, at all. I think. On help. I don't do it like often at all on Twitter. I don't fight other trans people. You know? I'm just like, trans people are trans. It's fine. Let them do their thing. Anyway, back to the game. Thanks for listening to my little rant or whatever that you want to call that.